Hi, this is Emerald Range, and welcome back to Civ 5 Modern Play Zone Mod. We're back with the Shan States in our second episode. While we were gone, I built the Oracle, I got Philosophy, and then I realized I didn't have Masonry, because I didn't have Marble or Stone, really, so I didn't really go for Masonry yet. But now I have Masonry, as well as a few other techs, and I took that time to build walls. By building walls, we can now build the hall. It is a castle replacement, and it unlocks much earlier at Philosophy. And the main... Okay, and I also use the Oracle to finish more Liberty. So now we can get some great people. One thing to note is that I'm very first in Manufacture Good because of all the hills I have around me. But I'm last in literacy, so I think I'm just gonna choose a great scientist, and move him over here. So the hall it provides. We need to wait for the turn to end, and let me talk about. So the hall is the unique building, and it provides plus 10 culture and gold. Okay, that's a lot. But it decreases by 1 for each population in your cities. And it also gives you 10% faster building construction, so it's not entirely useless once your city's really big. So it's actually not very worth it here. It gives us plus 4 gold and plus 4 culture, which is really good in the early game, honestly. Trying to rush it is a good idea, in my opinion. But it's really very strong in these tiny, tiny cities, where you can settle them and make them absolutely bloated by doing nothing except building 2 buildings. So I'm already building a wall here. So that's why I made it still require. I made it still require it because otherwise it would be a little bit way too overpowered to have that much gold and culture. But in the late game, a lot of the cities grow, and of course, the issue with this is that there's a trade-off. If you go for a full haul strategy, you're not gonna get that much out of it because it means that you have to keep your population small, and that really hurts your signs, as you can see by my measly signs right now. Let's get this. Actually, we need to build a wall. Yeah. So the hall is historically a place where the Salpa sits, and this is part of my design in terms of getting the Civ to feel like you're building a lot of tiny cities that are still valuable. They're valuable towards your victory. If you're going for diplomatic victory, it's pretty valuable. It can also be used for culture victory, of course, with the culture. But the issue again is that culture victory late game hotels. A lot of these cities are going to be definitely over 10, and in which case they'll provide no extra culture. And they'll just provide extra building construction, which is always nice. Yeah. So the Haw's icon is actually the Haw, I believe, in Kuntum? Oh no, it's a Haw in Tsipa. So, or Tsenwi. I forget. So it's probably the Haw in Tsenwi. But yeah. So that's a big representation of Senwi, at least. Because the third city is still not Senwi, it's Mengmit. And the reason for this is because I think I went for a lot more of the city list of the actual Civ and this time period and the leader than to go for something more blobby or something more representative of the entire culture overall. So if you're from Tsenwi, or if your ancestry is from Tsenwi and you want to mod with Tsenwi in it, just let me know and I can easily change the city list and give you upload a different copy, because it's not that difficult to change the city list. You can also go do it yourself. I think Tsenwi is fourth on the list. It can't be too far down, because if it's too far down, then it would never appear in most games. But I remember seeing it quite a bit. But in any case, I'm building a road here because I'm going to settle another city right here once I stabilize my happiness a little bit by getting some sugar up and getting some circuses up. And now you see we've built the hall, and our gold problem is pretty much resolved. We have a lot more culture helps that we're in a golden age from that Liberty opener. So as you can see, this is providing gold, and we are getting 11 culture from buildings and 8 from buildings because we should be getting 4 from Mungyang. I think this is correct. Yes, it is. It should be. All right. In either case, this I think this unique building really does encourage this very unoptimal build of getting a bunch of small cities everywhere because it really does help you in your final build. And it kind of also provides to the point of all of these small places having some value in the culture in Shan States and in general. And I really wanted to encourage that kind of build, and I think this does it pretty well. Of course, we also have the most important part of this, which is the unique improvement, which I will get to once we get to chivalry. But for now, I think I want to talk a little bit more about I think I will talk a little bit more about the roads and the unique ability now that we have the Haw going. So I built a road over these mountains, specifically so that I can build the unique improvement here. The unique improvement can be built on on hills only, and it provides quite a bit if it's pretty if you just have it by itself, but if it's on a road, it's pretty good. So of course, commerce is a pretty must-have policy for this civilization, and one of the other things I was considering when doing the design was to have some land trade related ability because that's what they did. But I decided that the better way to encourage that is to do it indirectly by saying that land trade was going over Hmongs give you bonuses. But of course, that's not always possible, especially if you're stuck on this island with nobody else to go for. In fact, it might be better if I try to find a save where I've already played through. As you can see, the Haw is not that cheap because it is still a castle replacement. But if you do get it here, you get 6 gold and 6 culture, so that's always pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna try to find the save that I have, where I had this as a thing, where I already played as them, and try to show you how things go.